Finally here. This speech is about 5 to 7 minutes. Let's welcome Parvathi.
Good morning, Madam President, fellow Toastmasters, dignitaries, and guests. I was born in India in a state called Kerala. My mother belonged to a matrilineal family, so the women in such societies are usually well educated, independent, they make their own choices, often being better off than their counterparts in other parts of the country. She was very particular about the quality of education that reached her children and ensured that we got the best of it wherever we went. My father was an officer in the Indian Air Force, and so much of my childhood was spent in these defense camps or the base camps. Due to his frequent transfers from one state to another, we shifted homes, schools, friends every 2 years or so. So the Indian states, unlike the United States, they are very diverse in terms of language, religion, culture, and a lot more. My father was a very progressive man, so he let us learn and adapt on our own every time we had this change. So I had a very memorable and wholesome upbringing. I am a biomedical engineer by profession, working on embedded systems. So embedded systems are the electronic devices you encounter daily, everywhere, at your home, workplace, car, So this story dates back to the time when I was 40 weeks pregnant with my son, and he was refusing to make his grand entrance in the school. So when I was nearing 41 weeks, my doctor decided to get me admitted to the hospital and induce labor. So they took me to the labor room, put me on this bed, and the procedure of inducing labor is a bit painful. They had to try it a couple of times before I started experiencing the contractions, and when the pain began, it was so severe that they had to give me epidural shots to numb my spine. So there I was on this bed, surrounded by my husband, nurses, a couple of doctors. I suddenly felt my body heating up. So my body temperature was rising. I was developing very high fever. I could sense that there was some level of panic among the medical staff. They immediately sent my husband out and quickly started to stabilize me. As I lay there watching the commotion, from the corner of this room, I heard a sound. Initially, it was like beep, beep, beep. Over time, the intensity, the frequency, and the volume of the sound increased, and soon it was the unmistakable beeping sound. Beep, 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 the kind you find in hospitals. I strained my neck to look at what was making this sound, and the moment I spotted it, despite being fully pregnant, on the bed, partially sedated, I just sat up on the bed facing the doctor right in front of me. He was taken aback. So I told him I made that. So this device, making this sound, was the exact make and model of the patient monitoring device I had spent years developing in my previous company. And
that's great.
I was amazed, I was surprised that it was in the market. In this room, connected to me and working on me. So the doctor surprised, confused, looked at me, and at that moment I wanted to tell him, I might be on my deathbed, I might not come out of it, but I want you to know that I will. But I don't think I got to complete my punchline. He sedated me, put me back to the bed, operated on me, which safely delivered my son. So my child is now a happy and healthy 10-year-old. He is a chess lover, like our Steve. So this experience taught me that what goes around comes around. You have to put your 100% in everything you do every day, because that small thing that you do today might come back and impact your tomorrow in ways you can never imagine. And sometimes it can save you or maybe even change the course of your life. Thank you so much.